The wrong topic can completely destroy your channel before you even get started. Here's how to choose the right niche from scratch. Forget about getting millions of views overnight. If your first videos have 0 views, congratulations, because you are starting from exactly the same place as the biggest channels in the world that you follow today. So why do 99% of new YouTube channels fail within the first month? The reason is almost laughable. People expect to upload one video and wake up the next morning to 1 million views, sponsorship deals, and piles of money. When they open their analytics and see that brutally cold 0, their ego collapses, they get disappointed and convince themselves that the algorithm hates them. They conclude that everything is rigged and give up. But let's strip things down to the bone. All those channels that dominate the scene today are raking in millions. In their beginnings, they stared at those same zeros for months, even years. The difference between them and those who failed is that they understood the rules of the game. In this video, there's no theory, no selling illusions, and no empty motivational speeches. We'll go through a brutally honest system on how to get your channel off the ground and how to completely neutralize the fear of what others will say about you. How to use a hidden search trick to check if the topic you want to record is profitable, even before you buy your first piece of equipment or record your first second of footage. Watch every second, because at the very end, you'll get a trick that makes the difference between success and a complete waste of time. The first basic thing your mind needs to accept if you're starting from absolute zero is the following fact. Your first videos will not get views. Repeat that to yourself several times so it really sinks in. Your first videos won't get views, and that's the most natural thing in the world. Why would the algorithm give you millions of viewers if no one knows you, if the system has no idea who you are, what you record, or whether you're consistent? Unless you already have an army of followers from Instagram, TikTok, or a huge email list from another business that you can redirect with a single click. To the algorithm, at first you are a ghost. You are invisible, and that's actually your greatest advantage, because during that period you can make mistakes, experiment, and sound bad without any consequences. The key to success is mental resilience. It's okay to feel down and lose motivation when you invest 10 hours into planning, filming, and editing. And after 3 days, the video ends up with a total of 5 views, 3 of which are yours because you were checking if the sound works. That's not failure. That's the process of toughening up. Another huge obstacle for beginners that literally kills channels before even the first file is exported is the paralyzing fear of other people's opinions. How many times have you caught yourself thinking, oh no, what will my family say? What will my co-workers, college classmates, or people from school think if I post a video and they see me talking to the camera? Will they laugh behind my back? Let me share a liberating truth with you. Most of those people around you will never ever see your video on their homepage. And even if by some miracle they do see it and have something to say about it, remember this well. Their opinion doesn't pay your bills, buy your equipment, or build your career. People gossip for 5 minutes and then go on with their lives, while you, because of those 5 minutes of someone else's boredom, block your own potential. To succeed, you have to fundamentally change the way you look at this platform. On YouTube, money isn't traded in the first step. Here, the main currency is time. When you go to the cinema, you pay money for a ticket. You've purchased the content. On YouTube, the transaction is completely different. The viewer doesn't give you money directly. They give you minutes of their life. They pay with their attention. If I click on your video and it's boring, if it starts with a slow 30-second intro where your logo animation is playing, I will immediately click on that big X. I'll leave your channel and never come back. You've lost me because you didn't respect my time. That's why from the very first second, without beating around the bush, you have to deliver brutal value. Whether you're educating people about something that solves their problem or entertaining them so they forget about their problems. There is no middle ground. You're either a magnet for attention or you're boring. Before you even pick up your phone and press the red record button, you need to clear one thing up for yourself. What is your fundamental why? Why do you want to spend your free days and nights specifically on YouTube and not on some other platform? Why this specific topic and not something that's easier to record? Your inner why is not some philosophical phrase from the internet. It is your only light and your only drive in moments when things get damn hard. And there will be moments when you'll be tired, when you won't feel like recording, when you're sick, or when your analytics are dropping. If your only motivation is quick money, you'll give up at the first obstacle. Patience and a clear mission are the only way through this labyrinth. And let's immediately bury another huge myth. The myth that your first video has to look like a cinematic masterpiece directed by a Hollywood director. Forget about that. You don't need a camera worth several thousand euros. You don't need expensive lenses, studio lighting that hurts your eyes, or a professionally soundproofed room. I know plenty of people who have equipment worth tens of thousands of euros, but their channels are completely dead because their content is boring and empty. High quality on this platform today has a completely new definition. It simply means that the video has clear audio, so it doesn't hurt people's ears when they listen to you, that the image is well lit enough for your face to be visible, and most importantly, that the topic of the video is extremely interesting and useful for the viewer. Equipment won't save you if you have nothing to say. And how do you actually achieve that magical top quality content? Remember this golden formula. Quantity breeds quality. No one woke up knowing how to speak perfectly in front of the camera or how to keep the right pace in editing. You get there exclusively through work, through hours spent in the content mine, through a large amount of recorded videos, through constantly putting out material and testing different lengths and formats. Your brain subconsciously learns what the audience wants and what it rejects. Of course, don't just put out any kind of garbage just so you can say you've posted something. Experiment smartly. Record one video directly, the next with more details, then analyze the data, and step by step refine your simple style until you become recognizable. All of this sounds nice in theory, but let's move on to pure practice. How can you be 100% sure before you invest even a minute of your life that the topic you've imagined is something people on the internet actually want to watch? How can you know if there's an audience for it or if you'll just be talking to yourself? There is a brilliant, ultra-practical trick that you can apply literally right after this video ends. Open YouTube in incognito mode so your search history doesn't mess up the results. In the search bar, type in the main topic or term about which you plan to start your channel. When the platform shows you the results, filter them by upload date so you can see the newest videos in that field from the past few months. Now do the math and compare two key numbers: the number of views on that specific video and the total number of followers or subscribers of the channel that posted the video. If you see a situation where a channel has 100,000 followers, but their latest videos barely have 1,000 or 2,000 views, that's a huge red flag. That clearly tells you that those channels attracted people a long time ago, but that the topic is now clinically dead, that the algorithm no longer pushes that content to new people, and that only the remaining most loyal fans of that creator are watching the videos. You shouldn't enter such a niche because it's a path full of hardship. But if you see a smaller channel with only 300, 500 or 1,000 subscribers and its video published 2 weeks ago has 10, 20 or 50,000 views, boom, that's your golden ticket. That's clear mathematical proof that the algorithm is currently on fire for that topic. That means the audience is massively searching for and clicking on that term, and the platform is desperately looking for new channels and fresh videos to put on the homepage to satisfy that demand. That's your signal. Jump into that story right away. Analyze what that person did and record your own version of the video. Make it even better, more energetic, and more detailed. And for the very end of this video, I want to engrave in your memory one top rule of this platform, a rule that changes everything. Never think about the algorithm. Always think exclusively about the audience. All those so-called experts who talk to you about tricks with tags, secret descriptions, and hacking the code have no idea what they're talking about. The algorithm is not a cold robot you can fool with some trick in the system. The algorithm is just a mathematical mirror of the behavior of millions of people who watch videos. If you create content that people want to watch, the algorithm will reward you on its own. If you make boring videos, no tag will save you. So if you're just starting out, listen to my advice. Start imperfectly. Start messy with bad lighting and in an ordinary t-shirt, but start today. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for better equipment because that perfect moment will never come. Your task for today is simple. Find 5 successful channels in the topic that interest you and do the analysis of views and subscribers we talked about. That's your preparation for the next step. In the next video, we're going even deeper and more aggressively. We'll break down the 4 most dangerous myths about YouTube that subconsciously block your progress and show you how to choose the so-called golden niche where there's no competition but brings massive success. Click on this video that just appeared on your screen to immediately move on to the next lesson, and I'll see you there. Don't give up, your story is just beginning.